Geometry, Chapter 4, Section 4. We have congruence and transformations. The basic part of this chapter is determining if things are congruent. So we might have some shapes on a coordinate plane. There we go. And maybe I have a, well, let's just do this. I'm going to pull a square down from here and make it a 2 by 2. And then let's say I had one down here, also a 2 by 2, but I don't pull that one. Whoop, I don't want to pull the whole thing. I want to pull the shape. Well, let's see. I can go back and get that correct, guys. I don't like having that shape not being close. Okay, so there's a 2 by 2 right there. Might have went a little bit over. But if I asked you if these two shapes were congruent, obviously they would be because they're both 2 by 2 squares. But how would I, let's call this the preimage, and I don't want to do that. I would like to write, let's call this the preimage. And this the image. So the question would be, how would I get from my preimage to my image? So in my opinion, oh, I didn't do a very good job here, but that's all right. You'll see why I'm a little upset with that. They are seven spaces away from each other. And so if I reflected them through y equals 1 1/2 or 1.5, this is y equals 1.5, then that, get that out of the way, then that would bring, I want to make another one of these. Clone one of those. Actually, I want to clone two of them. No, one will be plenty. I'm going to move this guy. Nope. I just want to move the shape. There we go. Get him over there. Okay, if I reflected this guy through that, then that's going to give me this guy right here. They're both 3.5. Nope, that's not right. That's not right. Scratch that, guys. I'm so sorry. Some of you may have figured this out already. Get rid of this guy. That's 5 spaces above, that's 3 spaces below, so that's a total of 8 spaces. So I would be 4 spaces away. My line should have been at y is equal to 1, not 1.5. Okay, there we go. So I am 5 spaces away, or 4 spaces away from here. And this guy is 4 spaces away from here, so that's a reflection. And this is the part I didn't like. This is the part where I'm off just a little bit. And so now I would reflect it again. So that's a double reflection. I actually reflect it vertically to get it over into that space. So it may take 2 transformations to get it someplace. Remember that we're going to have our rotations as well. So if the orientation completely changes, it might be a rotation instead of just a reflection of some sort. Remember that in our rotations, if we do a 90 degree, then that takes our original xy and it transforms it to negative yx. If we do a 180-degree rotation, that takes our original xy and transforms it to negative x, negative y. And then finally, our last one would be 270 degrees. And that's going to change it to y, negative x. And so we could be looking at maybe a rotation of some sort, maybe a translation, it just slides, or we could have some type of reflection. Again, the congruence will be easy. I can count the boxes in a square. Right triangles, I can count the legs and the length of the hypotenuse. Those will be pretty simple to determine. Again, sometimes they will give us the graph, and sometimes we will have to graph it ourselves. So that's pretty much it for chapter 4, section 4, congruence and transformations.